those of you who are used to meditation, adding in a bit more breathing and intention to your sound healing experience will be very easy. And if you're not used to meditation, no worries. It'll just be fine. It will just take it a little easier, and you'll just plan on quiet time. Now, I do find that my clients do extremely well in their healing efforts when they begin to combine various modalities together so that they can find the exact combination that works well for them. Now, as an energy intuitive, I have to say that when I'm personally in session with my clients, no two are ever alike. So even if I have two people coming in for the same or similar issue, the energy markers that show up are completely individualized, which, of course, makes sense since we're all unique. So why would we medically treat each person in the same way? This is why teaching more than one type of healing modality is really important to me. I understand that most teachers will stay with a specific kind and swear by their value, and I think that is great. However, I really believe that the more that we have on our tool belt actually allows us to intuitively reach for the right one at the right time for the right healing. So I would encourage you to pay close attention to what rings true for you as you experiment with the tools that I'm sharing with you in the course, or at least combine them with tools that you might already have. So if you currently know Reiki, Qigong, tapping, NLP, acupuncture, etc., try adding some of these elements basically into the sound mix when you're working with the different modalities. Playing with all of it will actually help you sharpen your intuition, which in turn will not only assist in guiding you for inner healing, but also when you reach out to help others as well. We will talk more about our inner guidance system later on, so I don't want to get too far ahead of ourselves, but it's something that I want you to think about as we continue talking about the meditation process, as it's a way for us to get to know ourselves in areas that we may never have touched on before. Now, if you actually haven't meditated or you feel it's not your thing, again, that's perfectly fine. I just want to remind you. Now, you can look at it just as quiet time as we talked about earlier, or just call it downtime. However, I will walk you through the definition and speak to some of the important elements to once again ensure that we're all on the same page. As you can see, I do have the Merriam-Webster's standard definition noted on the slide here, but basically, I look at meditation as just getting quiet and going within yourself. Some people can do this while literally taking a walk or cooking, or even in a creative state while painting or some sort of, artistry, creative process. Now, there are hundreds of meditation techniques out there. And while most identify meditation as a process that you have to do while, sitting cross-legged on the floor with your eyes closed, chanting a mantra, I do not believe that it's the only way, nor do I believe that there is a right way or a wrong way. It's just your way. Now, those are very valid, expressions of meditation. And if you take yoga, those kinds of things are really important for those particular processes. So I'm not trying to slight any of them. So please know that. So if you're a yoga person, just know I love yoga, and I just think it's a fabulous process in which the body can go through to obtain certainly different areas of the body much quicker in many examples, and then also through just the breathing and the meditation techniques themselves. However, I'm also very aware that as individuals, it's just the one size fits all just doesn't work. So if you aren't sure what your way is, then it will be really good to just try a few different things out to find out which works for you. And quite frankly, it could be a deep meditation. So again, just be open as we explore more. Now, all that being said, what we have been finding over the years in both the science of physics and metaphysics is that for healing to take place, using meditation has proven to be a very important part of our healing process overall. Now, part of that has to do with the incredible amount of stress levels that we're under in today's society. So most of you have already probably been very aware that even many of the Western allopathic doctors have been advising their patients lately to take up meditation in order to just help bring their heart rate or their blood pressure down. So there is a validity out there in all kinds of medical fields to support meditation. Now, while this isn't necessarily new information, most that have tried meditation haven't really kept it going long enough to enjoy its benefits and reap the rewards of true wellness. Now, part of this has to do with the inability of being able to clear and quiet the mind long enough for that chatter in our heads to wind down. Now, after all, we've had months of to-do lists running through our minds at all hours of the day, right? So while the best advice I can give you is just, start and get some practice in. Using the healing music will certainly help, as your senses will have additional engagements to assist in bringing peace and, to your mind and body. But this is also where the breathing can really be effective. Now, my simple suggestion is basically this. If you find that you have too many people, places, and things whirling around your mind as you attempt to get quiet, just shift your focus to the music, a note, or a musical pattern, and then shift to your breath. Basically, what you're going to do is you want to focus literally on your breathing, and then pay attention to the out-breath and then the in-breath, and then revert back to a musical note if need be, and then just repeat. Now, this will bring you into a sensory now moment and should help you release the old 3D habit of that monkey mind that kind of takes over.